Welcome to another exciting episode of Conversations on NTA. We have a full house and today we're talking about youth and politics. So please join us, get your popcorns because today is going to be exciting. I have a room full of wonderful people and they're going to introduce themselves.
Loretta Oboroko is my name. Background, obstetrics and gynecology, mentoring, public speaking, and educationist. Plus, women and youth advocate.
And this nice gentleman, handsome young guy.
Thank you very much. Ismail Zakari is my name, a lecturer with Base University here, and I live around the city, and I'm good to go.
Okay. And Mr.
My name is Chukwuma Aka. I work and I do business.
You're a true Nigerian.
So while we're here trying to introduce ourselves, my name is Enobon Robin and I'm just here to make common sense.
Wow.
And of course, I am yours truly, Z. I will forever remain Z. Welcome to the house.
The word youth has been described in diverse ways by different people, but generally it means young people found within certain age bracket. In Nigeria, they are considered officially to be between age 15 and age 35. Some other countries, however, may vary. One characteristic that cuts across all youths, irrespective of the location or continent, is restlessness. The youth is often in a hurry, quick to react, and fast-paced. These characteristics can lead to positivity if properly harnessed and managed. But where it is left unmanaged or poorly done, grievous consequences will occur. The youths are set to be the leaders of tomorrow, and so they play a lot of roles in any country's politics, starting with aiding the elders in political matters, thereby availing themselves of opportunities to learn. A lot of times, however, this act of tutelage is seen rather upturned and the youths redeployed for other purposes, chiefly political thuggery. They lose their lives in the course of this. They cause mayhem and society gets stagnated. The question now is, why do the future leaders of a country dehumanize themselves in such manner? Is there really any gain in political thuggery?
There is no gain in political thuggery. My greatest surprise why youths mostly going into political thuggery is that they don't actually get what they want. Like if you have a business or if you have something doing, there is no point following somebody to achieve his or her aim. Whereas most of their aims is negative. It have effects on the society. That is, after the election or after the thuggery issue, they will go into armed robbery with the arms or ammunition given to them during the political campaign.
We cannot overemphasize about the gains of political thuggery. For the thug, I don't see there are gains because death is close to it and death cannot be a gain. And there are just maybe a little stipend that could come to them compared to what the politician may earn at the end of the day. But to the politician, there are gains.
You know, politicians used to give them small amount of money, and you know poverty in this country. Maybe the poverty can make somebody like a youth to go into that political thuggery.
A lot of youth are wasting their life going because of political thuggery, and they make use of the youth, and after everything it happens that They dump them, they forget about them, they go into suffering, some are going into robbery, killing, shading of blood, so because of issues like this. So as a youth as I am, I've never wanted to involve in a politics, and I believe I will never evolve because it's not worth dying for, really.
Poverty and lack of job is really hitting the young people. So why won't I go into political thuggery? So that's all I can say about political thuggery for now. I can go into it.
If we desire a clean and livable society tomorrow, we must invest in it today. After all, a popular saying reminds us all that as we make our beds, so do we lie on them. What bed do you want tomorrow?
What a wonderful world.
Like I said, today we are speaking on youth and politics. We
Political thuggery.
My
head is there.
You know, we've already reached this political season. Election is creeping up on us. They signed into vote. I think it's not too young to vote.
Not too young to
run.
Yeah,
thank you.
We are running for election.
No, I know.
It's a race.
It is a race.
It is a race.
And we are running this race.
Yes, so
make I run my race. So
in our lanes.
In our own lanes, we are encouraging the youth to come out and participate. I think we should start with PVC, because there's no way we can come out and vote if you don't have your PVC. Does everybody have theirs here?
Yeah, but,
of course.
But another thing is, before you go by asking us, do you have, has the PVC really counted recently?
Yes.
Yes. That's a matter for reflection.
That question, don't answer.
Don't answer yet. So. Because that's the crux of the matter.
Do not do
Has
that.
it really counted recently?
What is PVC, by the way?
It says permanent voters
card.
So you can keep it permanent in your house.
Okay.
With or without.
Ideally, what should you do with it? You should use it to exercise your civic duty, your responsibilities, isn't it?
Your PVC is your voice.
It is your political voice. Yes. One of my friends said it's your AK-47.
I agree that our PVC is our rights, our voices, our everything. But the truth is, if I make out time to come vote in an election, and after the voting, it doesn't count. Has it really done anything?
But if you don't even have it to start
I think you cannot say PVC did not count.
If you don't have it to start with.
We must agree that there's development in our political scenario. As it is today, you cannot, when you flash back what happened in 2011, you know that the same thing is not happening now. Because with the advent of PVC, you can see a sitting president being outstaged, which is very uncommon in African terrain.
Yes.
I think is a development. But the point remains that, yes, you can say that we are still maturing politically, we are still developing politically. That does not mean that there are no hitches, there are no shortcomings in the advent of PVC. But I think with time, if we're consistent, we will get it done.
You say, oh, the future. I don't want to talk about the future. I don't have no binoculars to look at. Well, I want to talk about now.
What I mean is that political process is developing.
It is. No doubt about it. As we're talking about now,
what is happening?
You mentioned 2011.
Yeah.
I want to mention 2015. I took a part in the presidential campaign in 2015. I came out, I voted in 2015. I was fully indulged in it.
Was your vote not count?
That's why I'm trying to get there.
In retrospect.
Now, in 2018, we keep hearing that, like he said, does your votes really count? And then I took a step back and I thought about it. The past few elections that happened, I think gubernatorial elections, it seemed as though everybody came out for decoration. You came out, you snapped picture, you took it looked like you voted, but did you really vote? Or did your votes really count? Did it get to INEC? Did INEC actually really count it? So I wanted to say this. If we feel like we did our civil duty, we came out and we voted, and we feel we were cheated, why do we keep quiet? Why don't we come out and peacefully protest and say, but look at all of us that came out and voted for this individual or this party or whatever it is. Why are you giving us the opposite side? Why do we, the youth, we're the ones that have the power? I don't think these old men have the power. We're the one. There are more youth in Nigeria than these big old men. Why do we keep quiet?
You are making salient points that really, really we should reflect on. However, I like the two concepts, youth and politics, youth and PVC. Where are our youths? What are they doing? What are we doing? The truth is, social media is where you make noise. Where you actually do the voting is in your physical world. How many of us youths actually have that PVC? How many of us are going to go and line up that day under the sun and actually vote? I'm not talking of Instagram votes. I'm not talking of the one you do in your head. I mean, you're a lecturer in a university. How many of your students in your class, as politically and socially aware as your class and your niche is, actually have taken that time to go and register? It's a common thing across the world right now that the Generation Z, the millennials, what are we doing? In America, it played up. It's the same thing here that we're seeing now. We have a new generation.
No, in America it's a different thing.
No, it
they didn't come out to vote.
No, it's something similar happened.
I'm an American.
See,
I voted right here in Nigeria.
Yes.
I voted right here. But the problem we had in
the
problem we had in America was not that.
A lot more people were.
They came out and they voted and they were robbed of their votes. No, we sat home and said, "Oh, this man will never win."
Exactly,
that's what we did. It's not that we voted and it didn't count.
Let me tell you why. It didn't count because the people that liked it came out more. If many more of us have got our PVCs and we actually line up and we vote, it's more difficult to rig. If many more of us actually came out en masse to vote, then it is more difficult for you to say we were not there.
Loretta is making a point.
So if we stick to Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp platform, I belong to one platform now, and all I do, I tell them, they just go there and talk and type and type and type. Whereas the real people who understand politics are acquiring their PVC and getting ready to vote on that day. Let me use a practical example, because I am a teacher. You are going for an election, I am going for an election. You are A and B. I don't want to use names. Now, I have 50 followers on Facebook. You have 30 followers on ground. They have got their PVC. Okay, that day we go there. My 50 followers on Facebook only metamorphosed to 2. I came prepared to rig. And I still rig your 2 out of the way because it's easy. I can rig 2 people out of the way. It's simple.
But you know.
But that's why I said, why do we keep quiet when it happens?
It's not about,
because we are a docile environment. Our citizen is asleep right now. We need to wake us up, not just on the pages of social media.
Loretta, I agree with you. The social media, we are all ranting on social media, saying all manner of things on social media.
Hiding behind keyboards.
First, the politics we do here is different from the politics we do overseas.
Yes. Of course.
Because the politics overseas are mature. We are about 58 years old. Nigeria recently celebrated their 58th
Apart from that, we are Nigerians. We are unique. We do our own thing.
We're about 58 years old.
We are 58.
And our democracy, yes, we are 58. Our democracy started in 1999. Now, from what Ismaila said, we are taking a cue from 1999 to 2018. We've seen some positive changes. We've seen some positive development. We've seen a couple of things that are going on very well. But there are things that are very peculiar that we should all bring out to the table. And that is the fact that while you still see youth in political thuggery, it's because, one, a vibrant and active youth will not get involved in political thuggery.
As an educated one.
Not about educated.
No, I'm not talking about going to school and having masters. That's not being educated.
Sorry. The talks are educated. The talks are educated. The truth is when they all come out to look for relevance where it doesn't matter.
That's what I'm talking about.
Most of these people, most of these people you see that are doing the thuggery may not even have direct contact with the person contesting.
Exactly.
Now, but because these are people without work, there is no food on the table.
In an age group,
all they could get at the point they are out is, come do this work and I will pay you a certain amount. And if I don't come to do this work, and my mates go out to do this work, they come back and come with that. And my people are dying of hunger. Now, in America, in the developed countries, most of the things we
I don't like developed, please.
Sorry, Loretta, but we can't put it away.
You said economically empowered countries.
They are more mature.
No, it's not about maturity. Most of the things most of the things we drag.
There's level of development. They are more developed than us.
Most of the things we go for.
In your opinion,
most of the things we rush out for are given to them for free. Most of the things you can't tell a man who has. You can't tell a man whose mother
as well.
You can't tell a man whose mother is in the hospital, who needs 10,000 to bail his mom from the hospital, whose mother has not received any attention because the doctors are not giving attention because he has not paid 10,000. And I'm contesting an election. I said, boy, come and do this one for me. I'll pay you 10 or 20K. The guy will look at his mother's life and come out and do everything. Because those who had gone there had promised him free medical services, had not given it to him.
What happened to if you stand for nothing? If you stand for something, or if you stand for nothing, you fall for something.
Who help?
Abi?
Who help?
No, but if you don't stand up for something, if you don't stand up for what you believe in, you will continuously fall for somebody else's belief.
What does that person believe in to start with? Is there a foundation for belief?
That's where it goes back to being educated. I'm not talking about being educated or whatever.
See, recently I did something. I spoke to a couple of colleagues of mine. I told them election is coming. Before you vote, these are the parameters you need to look out. Look at how the economy is. These are the things you need. I sent them articles to read.
Did they read it?
Well, a couple read. All they need to do is you have to read this.
Would you
so that you'll be able to you'll be able to find out. I want you to make an informed decision. I am not one of those that will come and persuade you on who you should vote. I am one of those that will tell you to look at why you should make a decision. But the action is for you to make. The action is for you to take. Now, political thuggery, we cannot shy away from it. For as long as the people are hungry, for as long as the people are poor, for as long as people are looking for money to put on their pockets, it will continue. But what we should speak about is this. How do we help to make this thing not reoccurring every time? Because if we could come to a point, you said how many of us have voted and how many of us have stood for our votes to count. Many have stood for their votes to count. Many have lost their lives in trying to protect votes.
True.
And nothing happened. But the truth is, we have to.
Something happened because it gets better as we go.
No, we have to.
Really getting better?
Sorry, we have to.
It got better, but now it's getting worse.
We have no.
So we have to get it back to the better.
We have to get to. We have to get our mindset. We have to get our mindset into like what we are going for. When we begin to hold those who are in political offices accountable.
Yes.
You know, election time is not when people should come and make noise. If we hold people who are in political offices accountable, if I'm going to run for a particular position this next year and I'll tell you, vote for me, I'll provide water, I will do road, I will do this, I will do this, I will do this. And after like several years, and I'm going to recontest, and I'm coming to tell you to vote for me, instead of you to come out and castigate me on the social media, what you need to ask me is, those things you promised us, what have you done? Because people come and focus their attention on a particular system. Whereas when you cascade it down to the local, some local council chairmen who collected allocation have not been able to account for their allocation.
Exactly.
Some governors have not accounted for that.
For salaries.
They push the blame to the central body. In most cases, the central body is not the problem because everyone gets this money and do not do anything.
Exactly.
Now, if they begin to understand that these people that they are putting their lives on the line for are not accountable for what has been given to them to take care of them, they will know that what they are doing is they are selling their rights by doing the thuggery.
When you say
I want to say
what
I want to say is this. I think we are yet to do justice to the topic of the day.
Good.
Nobody has answered what is political thuggery. Because I'm sure people are listening to us, but the thing is, what is political thuggery? I feel like this is a professional way of rascality. It's an advanced form of stealing people's rights, stealing stuff, and behaving in a manner that it doesn't only, is not only particular to the youths. Adults are doing it. It's not. Nobody should limit political thuggery to youths.
Of course not.
Because and then nobody should limit political. Nobody should limit political thuggery to electionary period. Political thuggery goes on every day. You finish elections, you are in the Senate, we see it every day on the TV. You see somebody stealing the mace, you are being a thug.
Yes.
Elections are here.
To put it,
elections are here, excuse me, elections are here, and you send your child abroad and you expect me to go and vote for you. You are being a thug. Elections are here and you're sending somebody to beat up your opponent. You are being a thug. Elections are here and your child doesn't have his own PVC. They're not even going to vote. You are being a thug.
Children to go and
you
get
come here
PVC.
and you make promises to us and you tell us, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You are being a thug.
Could you said something?
Budgets are approved for you in the house because I don't know if you all know it. Most times during elections, there are budgets for constituency projects.
Yes.
This and that. To every limit, every minimal thing, and then people are stealing this money. People are diverting these funds. Everybody who is doing this is a thug. You are a political thug.
He made a statement. He said, we do not hold our leaders accountable. Now, I want us to take that statement and put it to the fore because that is where the solution lies in. We should go back to our cultural basis, even in the family. Can children question their fathers? What is our cultural orientation? Are we allowed to interrogate? Get me right. I did not say rebel against. Interrogate authority as a people, culturally. We need some sort of cultural integration. Because the moment you start to ask even your boss, madam, why is this thing like this? You are seen as being a rascal and you are labeled badly. Now, take it out of the family. I can't question my mother. I can't question my father. I am a youth. I'm just growing up. Take me to the wider society. I got to a job place, or it's now time for election, or I'm in a local government council. How on earth am I going to question my local government chairman?
Not well, true. I disagree with you.
Our foundation, I strongly disagree. I go back to the basics.
I strongly disagree with you.
How am I going to?
Let's hear what Ismail has to say.
Wait, hold on. Let's hear what Ismail has to say before we all...
To address this issue very properly, youth thuggery is something that is synonymous to our political terrain now. But factors that are responsible, we have to check it from home, sincerely speaking. Our culture pretends that even from home, people are not even questioning again. We are not asking questions. Just like Shah said, there are things that we need to look out for. When you talk of education, for example, education does not only mean those that go to the four walls of classroom.
At all.
But the education, the paper qualification that you have attained, how did you practicalize it in the society there? The issue of accountability, sincerely, and as long as in Nigeria we play politics of sectionalism, we play politics of religiosity, we play politics of hunger, we will continue to be in this quagmire. The point remains that when people that have nothing to offer, but on the basis of, yes, I am from this section of the country, we have larger followership, even if he has nothing in his head, and people queue up because of one thing or the other they have seen, oh, well, it's our own too, we will continue to have this problem. I think media has a lot to do, and this is the sensitization that we are beginning now. I don't want to take it to the government alone. Of course, we have orientation agencies that should carry this.
Good governance is about everybody.
Media is one viable tool that we can hold these people accountable. Let me tell you, one of us mentioned here that you voted somebody in the next 4 years, you don't see him. It is only when he wants your vote again that he come back to you and said, I can offer this, or I will do this, I'll do this. But the point remains that, yes, sometimes when we vote these people, even if they are coming back to that constituency, do you even see them? They tinted their glasses. Not only tinted their glasses, sometimes they even tint glasses and come with a lot of comfort, but they are not there. That is the truth. But the point remains that in our electoral processes, not only that the INEC should take it over, or the civil society should come and ask questions. In our constituency, for example, we voted you last 4 years. Now you are coming. There are town halls meetings that are there now. Please, what have you done?
Bam.
And let me tell you, there is one problem again that is there. Somebody that is hungry sometimes loses consciousness, especially in this part of the country. He has said something
When
before.
you're hungry,
he said most of what we strive on in this country are being given in a developed country free.
Free.
I am sorry if you are hungry and you know that at the end of the day, for this campaign, this person will be able to give you 10,000 naira.
Brother,
you may not be able to say the truth.
The hungry man.
You may not be able to say the truth.
You know what shocks me in Nigeria?
Godfatherism again.
That one has returned.
Money
We thought
politics.
it had gone. It has returned now.
Money politics.
Hey.
As long as, well, I believe, like I've said from the beginning, our political process is maturing. Just 58 years. America celebrated 200 years of democracy some time ago.
Yes.
Uninterrupted democracy.
July 4th, Happy
Therefore,
Independence
it's a process. We are still evolving. I believe as we are progressing, some of these issues will be able to be countering them, will be able, time will come that it is not where you come from. It is not the matter of, it is not the color of money that you have, what you write that you have. But we will see this thing that you said you want to say, how can you do it?
But where did we lose it? Because is this
We never
Nigeria?
had it to lose it.
No, we had it.
Where?
From the family unit. From the family unit.
When did we ever
Is
have
this
From the family
Nigeria that
unit.
We had the Igbos with their very structured governance. We had in the north very structured governance. Where I come from, we had structured governance. We had people.
But there has never been a united structured governance.
Let me tell you
we have
something.
never had good governance in Nigeria.
No, listen, I want to point.
It's never been a thing.
I want to make a point.
We've had good governance.
We had good governance before pre-colonial
good
area.
governance.
We were governing ourselves. You could leave your market wares.
There were a time in Nigeria when they were feeding
Nobody would
chicken
take
in
it.
university sessions.
Exactly.
There were a time in Nigeria
So where did we lose
scholarships
it?
was like water in Nigeria. We've had good governance.
Where
in
did we
Nigeria.
lose it?
We have had the best.
Well,
You will go into the market.
One point
you
we
will
cannot
take
take
your
away.
goods and you leave the money.
One point
Nobody
we
takes
cannot
it.
take away. The crops of false leaders that we have at the independence, they are selfless leaders. They are people that actually has genuine intention of leading people.
Because one will know where
People
we
comes
lost
to
it,
you
then we
now
can fix it.
and said, yes, I am striving for you. I want to do this on your behalf. But you discover that once they get there, it is what can reach their pocket that they strive for.
But the thing is, you people have forgotten the part where we are in Nigeria and there is something we call voodoo system. Now, what I'm talking about is this. Most people who are political thugs, in quotes, that is when you hear a die-hard loyalist for a politician. Some of them, it's not because this man is giving them all the money in the world. They have sworn some certain oaths.
Could be
This
possible.
is a fact.
Okay.
Okay, so it's not about the money.
Either to protect the political party or to protect the lineage or
The
outcome
individual,
that
but
they can get.
however, it's a thuggery. It's an act of irresponsibility.
You know,
accepted by everybody.
if
So-
as a youth in the house, you bring in a Mercedes E-Class or something, and your parents don't ask you where you got it from. You see, these things still boil down to our homes. They don't say, where did you get it from?
Family
what happened?
unit.
The family unit is happy to receive
family
you.
unit.
You will keep being a thug.
While I
Are
agree,
you
while I-
blaming the family
sorry,
for...
while I-
Family over time
in
have
our
not been able
society,
to.
how you
Tell
if my
again.
husband brings a Mercedes E-Class home and I know what his salary is, I should be able to ask, please,
As a
sir,
politician,
where has this come
as a
from?
politician,
I think I know what she's trying to say.
Exactly.
That everything starts off from home. Your first
Everything
your
is the
first
unit.
training,
Your first auditor.
your first,
It's
Your
like
first
your cell.
auditor.
The cell
your
is the
first
unit of the
auditor
human
should
happens
be in
from
the-
home.
from your parents.
You understand? From when you were born, when you touch something, your mother says, "Don't do it again." How she tells you not to do it again matters. Like I gave an example yesterday. I said I used to be a bad child growing up. My mother had to do strong love for me. My mother had to allow me to go and get burnt. You know that still when they say you touch the fire, your mother will say don't touch because you want to go. My mother allowed me to enter the fire whole body, mind and soul.
Burned.
Till I got burnt from head to toe. Then my eyes opened and I realized, what my mother has been saying is not actually a song, it's facts. So how you tell your child, because my mother has always been the gentle one, no baby, oh my daughter. If she had beaten me, blue, black, maybe I would have said,
even beaten.
if she had
Interrogated you.
explained to
The
me
question
why this
is-
thing
Look,
was
what you
not
are
the
saying
right
here.
thing to do.
question
What you are
is-
saying here
Yes,
is
guys,
that
can I-
the
question-
family unit is the bedrock upon which you grow
Exactly.
life.
Okay.
Look, there was a
society-
time in this country. There was a
every
time in this
society
country
rests on the
that
family unit.
when you are working and you are living beyond your earning,
Your father will call you, or your grandfather will call you.
We're
and say,
talking about
"Come."
politics.
Politics. Why would when you have
we are not being
morals,
realistic.
when you have
Political-
morals,
political-
when you
We're not
stand
being
for
realistic.
something,
No,
you
we are not
cannot
being
back
realistic.
down.
People.
The Nigerian political system is not what people are
It
discussing.
is moralless.
It cannot.
It is moralless.
cannot.
And
There is
excuse
no
me,
morality
excuse
in
me,
our
no,
politics
excuse
because
me,
there are no
excuse
morals
me.
in our family.
You said it is not.
Wait.
Yes,
You
that is
cannot
why we are
compare
here.
what is happening
Sorry,
in the political
that is
terrain
why we
with
were
what is
here.
happening in the
Finish.
home. You cannot compare the life a politician lives in their house with the life a normal average, an average government worker
That
lives
is
in
the
his
point.
house.
We are
Why?
saying.
But you
No,
cannot
no, that is the point.
Because they have different ideologies.
Baby girl.
Because the wife who married this man married him a politician, married him a strong man.
Baby girl,
So it's
but do you
two
know that in
different
any
things.
part of the Western world, as a politician, when somebody brings you a gift, you are to reject it?
We are in Nigeria. Talk
No,
about
no, no.
Nigeria.
No,
Sister
I'm
Z,
is it
Sister
not
Z.
from somewhere that we learned something?
Okay, can
Sister
can
Z,
not from somewhere
that's
that we learned
exactly-
something?
that's exactly what we
I
are
was going to
saying.
say something. We have been busy pointing out fingers to the family, this. I will say this, that the problem for political thuggery is us.
Of course.
But we are families.
We are
No, leave family, leave family.
We started from somewhere.
We all have a majority
Can we leave family? Can we leave family? Can we leave family?
Can you grow without family?
Can we leave family?
Okay, let's leave family.
Can we leave family?
Let's enter the nitty-gritty
How
of...
many of us here?
We've left our parents'
let's-
homes,
let's
we're
ask
out
this.
in the
How
streets,
many
we have our own minds, we make our own
Sorry,
decisions.
sorry.
Why are we still
How
not
many of
getting
us
it
here?
right?
How many of us here? How many of us here are willing to
Two.
stick our neck to stop that man that is about to carry the ballot box? How many of us here?
See,
Can I wait now? How many
it's
of
a
us
good
here?
question.
How many of us here?
It's a good.
Because most times we say political thuggery, we say rigging, and on the election day we're in our homes. How many of us here are ready to follow that vote once it's finished counting? To follow it to the
INEC
last
office.
point of it. To the
I'm
last
willing
point.
to sit down with camera and let's
no,
run
no,
it
no, no.
together.
What
Sorry,
I'm trying to say-
let me just tell you, you don't need to follow the vote to the INEC office. The electoral umpire has made everything easy now. I think 2011, I was one of the collation center officer, a returning officer in Abuja Municipal here. From the voting point, everything is done in your presence. Each political party has their agent. You, as a collection officer, you are there from the unit where it's being voted. Everybody will see it. And you have your result right there
Wait,
with you.
Ismail,
It
please,
is
wait,
not your
hold on.
responsibility to chase that person that comes to steal
So at what
the
point
ballot
does
box.
it
before we
happen?
get to ballot box, why must we have ballot boxes? Because everybody knows that those ballot boxes are very easy to rig. What happened to, we are in the days of technology. We're in the days of computers. We're in the days that everybody has PVC or ID card or whatever. There was somewhere that I
could
gave
vote from
a
everywhere and
lecture,
it's count, Abi?
and I said,
Well-
I have been voting since I was 18 years
Give
old.
me a
Hold on.
laptop.
Wait. I have been voting since I was 18 years old. When I went for my driver's license at 16, they give you your temporary driver's license. When you turn 18, they give you your permanent driver's license. Then they ask you, do you want to vote? Your driver's license is attached to your voter's registration card. By the time it's time for voting, you go to your the primary school in your area. You walk in, nobody is saying anything to you. Everybody, whether you are CU, WQ, ZYZ, or you're ABCD, you use the same computer. You walk into the cafeteria, it is set up. Everybody, all the volunteers, you don't even know who the volunteer is.
So in rural Kano now, with computer
Where are you
work
talking
there.
about?
Wait, why
Is this
not?
Nigeria?
I am
Which part
from
of Nigeria
Kano.
is this?
Is it not MTN and Intisala that
Which
is
part of Nigeria are you talking about?
How-
No, I'm trying to set
Is
something.
it in Nigeria? Are you talking about Nigeria?
I'm not talking about Nigeria.
Okay, that's what
I'm saying that we have this technology and we have internet in Nigeria. Do we
Okay,
not?
but which part of the world are you talking
you
about?
work
I'm talking
in
about
rural
in
Kano?
the US.
that is 200 years old.
Tell me how the
wait.
computers will work in the rural Kano.
Does MTN not work in Kano? In the rural Kano? Yes, they do. It does.
It's not all part of
our electoral process is working in progress.
No, but I'm trying to give an example. Let me reach to where I'm getting to. Wait,
okay.
Wait, let me get to where I'm going to, because this rigging thing has become, okay, we'll wait for everybody to put paper. Then by the time we open it, we'll collect what paper we want, throw it this side and continue counting. So what I'm saying is, the same way that the government is funding phones and internet and whatever the case is, why don't we get these same it's not like the computer is in Mars that we have to build a rocket to hold them.
Give me a computer now. I'm not a programmer. I will rig your election.
Wait, it's not a computer. It's not a computer. It's like a machine. You see how this AC looks? It's like this. Every system can now you people will not allow me to sit down and educate you. Let me explain. Let me finish now. You people are too eager to get to nowhere. Wait, through Nigerian people.
The question is, do you want to
should I say through New Yorkers in the rush to
the truth is this. Now, the practical situation is this.
What are the push and pull factors?
The practical situation is this. We still come out. We still vote.
It's to reduce the rigging.
We still come out. We still vote. And after voting, you see some people shoot gun, people scatter, they carry ballot box, wham. Or you see people come, cause commotion, where they think the opponent is winning, and they make sure that that place is cancelled so that the opponent's strength will be reduced. Now, the people that you see that come out to do those Thuggery things are sponsored by people.
Yes.
And now, what they do is collect money without asking the man that is sending them to do the Thuggery. Where is your son? The first and foremost is that if I'm sending you to go to war, I should either be the one leading the war or I should have my son to be leading the war. But these people have their children sent out, they are not involved, and they're sending you to go and die for them. And at the end of it all, you go rig election for someone, cause commotion, and the person gets into the position and forgets you, and the person is not even doing what the person promises.
Doesn't even know you. He doesn't know you. He can't forget what he doesn't know. He doesn't know you. You're just another stranger on the side of the road that he doesn't even know if you really worked for him or not, because he didn't hire you directly.
Good.
He probably hired John. John hired Thomas. Thomas hired Chugoze. Chugoze now came to hire you. So he doesn't know you exist. So he just knows that he paid for work to be done and the work was done.
The message is this. The election is coming. We should be careful on what we do, because whatever we do comes back to hurt us.
Yes.
If we do the wrong thing and the wrong person gets into the position, we will all we'll feel the heat. It will come back to us and hurt us. So political Thuggery, whatever kind of Thuggery, is wrong. And we, the youth, should desist from it, irrespective of anything. What we should all look out for now should be, get people to be accountable. Ensure that on that day when we come out to vote, after voting...
Make the system work for us, not us work for the system.
After voting, we stand to make sure that our votes are counting, and instead of us to go cause commotion. If they ask us to cause commotion, don't come out. Don't come out. Don't cause it. Tell the person that's sending you to cause commotion,
tell him where's your son? And find out what is it and come back.
If you're losing, brother, if you're losing, lose peacefully. Brother, if you're winning, win gracefully.
Well, I think added to the point that you have just mentioned is that our electoral system as it is today is characterized by the amount of money that people, the gains that comes out of it. And that is why you see that people are taking political offices as do or die affairs. If not, if you are going there to go and make things work and make things better, then you should be magnanimous enough to accept if you are being defeated wherever you come from. Because it is not a compulsory that you must be in that position.
It's not do or die.
It is not do or die affair. But however, we need to carry out enlightenment seriously, because the rate at which poverty is characterized the land now is something that need to be readdressed again. Because in as long as the politician kept on voting into the office after the 4 year, they get fathers and they send their relative abroad. And we, the voters, the electorate now that voted them, you have nothing. But it is easy for them again to come back at the next of at the end of 3 years.
When you were stating that, I wanted to say something. Why is it that when they come out, you know, the first, let's say you're coming out for a governor for the first tenure, you say, oh, I'm going to do road, I'm going to give you free education. Why is that part of your campaign? That is something that should have already been done by the government. It's not you coming to promise it to me. Those are the fundamentals.
But your
so let's say, okay, you now use it.
You are going
let's say that you say
you are going to run on a political platform.
Wait, I haven't finished. You come out and yes, we agree. You say, okay, you are giving me road, you're giving me free healthcare, you're giving me education. You do your 4 years. If you provide those things, you do what you're supposed to do. You don't have to come and shout and scream and tell me what you're going to do already, because I've already seen what you have done. I myself have already convinced myself that, this man has done this. So if I vote for him, he will come and do more. That's what these politicians don't realize. Do everything you can do and sit down and cross your legs. Nobody will beg you to come and vote. They will vote for you. You won't come and spend money. They will come out in masses because you have done what is right.
Ismaila was saying something. When hunger is in the state, because
is that not part of doing what's right?
No, what I was trying to do,
hunger and poverty.
What I was trying to do was trace what everybody would say and get to where Loretta said, family. All the things we've said boils down to family. But it has much to, because why when Eno said something was, we were deviating from the political thuggery to family orientation. But what we are talking about here is political thuggery.
Yes.
Now, family has a lot of role to play in making sure that political thuggery is reduced or stopped. As a father, I could tell my children, please, irrespective of whatever, this Mr. A has promised us this and he failed. Don't go out there and fight for him.
Bam.
If somebody gives you money, collect, but don't fight.
Don't fight. There's nothing wrong in collecting. I'll collect.
They've stolen your money.
I'll buy you banana from your own money.
They've stolen your money, and it's a way of getting back what they've stolen. But don't go there, risk out your neck. Did you hear? If the family norms, if the family values are returned, and parents begin to speak to their children to understand what their value as individual. If my child knows what the value I have for him is, he will not go outside to risk his head to be killed.
For every 2K a politician spends on you,
in addition
he
to
is
that,
collecting 500K back from you when he enters that office. So you have you have given him 500K for 2,000 naira. Just know that for that bag of rice, for that wrapper, for that bag of salt that he has given you, once he enters that office, he is taking your whole plot of land for that 2K.
Chip in something to what you've just said. I recently wrote a book, it's called My Father's Daughter, and if you look in that book, somewhere in it, it states what my father told me once upon a time. He said, and I quote, "My daughter, poverty of the soul, it's very difficult, okay, to cure it. Physical poverty, you can take care of. But poverty of the mind and soul
is the worst.
Is very bad." To buttress what Chukudi has said, it will all boil down to the family. Yes, we are talking political thuggery. Yes, we are talking politics. Yes, you're talking the youths. But I will still take you back. And it all goes back to that family. If I am a political thug and I've been sent to assassinate somebody, I will only do it if I have no conscience. Now, what has made me conscienceless? Where am I coming from is going to dictate where I'm going to. If someone gives me 5 million to kill somebody, and I think it is worth somebody's life, then there is a problem with my foundation. Where is my foundation? It is the family. If somebody gives me 250,000 naira for 4 years and I take it, and I cannot do the maths that every year I'm getting less than 500,000 and do the maths that every day I'm getting a paltry sum and I mortgage my future and the future of my children. If I'm minister for health or minister for transport and I've been given a budget and I do not do what I'm supposed to do, I have killed my great-grandchildren that are coming behind me. If the road is not tarred, I have killed them. If I employ other people's children and tell them to go and kill someone,
today, not
it's thuggery on my part. It doesn't matter my age.
When they come, they'll fend for themselves. Let me fend for myself now. And that's the mentality we have in Nigeria. We need to stop it. If I
perpetrate poverty in a village so that they won't have anything, and tomorrow I come and say, now take this bag of rice, because I know they are physically poor, so that they can keep me in power, then there is a problem. So to tackle thuggery, to tackle political menace of what thuggery is, to tackle our societal ills, we need a paradigm shift. We need to overhaul the mentality of our people as Nigerians. And how do we do it? Go back home. Go back.
So what about some of us that don't
I think we have spoken. I think we have spoken enough about family units, and yes, everything begins there. But I think we have to come out again now. We need a lot of enlightenment.
That's what I was saying.
Media,
education, not
media, and accountability. I think I said from beginning that our electoral system or our political system we're still evolving. I am very optimistic that we get there someday.
Amen.
Time will come in Nigeria that I'm not going to vote that person because he's from northern Nigeria.
Bam.
I'm not going to vote that person because he's a Muslim. I think he's going to represent my interest. But time will come in Nigeria. I have that hope. I'm optimistic that somebody will look. I will just sit down and look at, okay, what did this guy has for us? Okay, I am going to do this. I'm going to do ABC, and these are the template upon which I will do it. If I see it workable, let me tell us here that Barack Obama won United States or American president not because they want a black man to just test that seat, but because of what they think that they have, their future lies in this guy. He will be able to, from what he has, he will take them to promised land. I think we are going to get there. Let me tell you, our political space now is still characterized with ethnicity. Is he a Fulani man? Is it possible for somebody from Kogi State or from Oyo State to become the president of Nigeria? You look at what is the numerical strength. People are queuing up behind a politician now, not because he has solution to Nigerian problem, but because, okay, yes, when we feature him, he will be able to give us some certain millions of votes, even without campaigning. This is what is happening in our electoral system. But minding the fact that, okay, now, if we give him the tax of this responsibility, if he emerge, fine, he can garner this vote. If he emerge, does he have what it takes to be able to fathom the problem that we're having in the society? Nobody looked at that. Let me also tell you, another factor that is still characterized with our electoral space now is religiosity. People stand in the podium on Sundays, on Fridays, and said, no, why will you vote somebody like this? This is the person you vote, even if he doesn't have the capacity to deliver. But I think we are still maturing, and election is by the corner now. 2019 is already here. I think it is take home for us, for the religious leaders. Let me tell you, the implication of this is that a Muslim that's bench in voting another Muslim, when eventually after the whole thing, you will not take Islam to church, to market to go and buy. The poverty that characterizes the land now affects everybody.
And
affect
I wonder
everybody.
when we're
It knows no religion, it knows no region, and it knows
I think the way forward, because you've mentioned some things, but I think the first way forward is to avoid this thing or to curb this, this dilemma is, if you are interested in doing politics and we are fighting to avoid political thuggery, while you are interested as an individual without having a political office, do something for your people. If you have 50 million to buy presidential tickets, then you should be able to have 150 million to tar the small road in your streets that people who don't have enough money are living in. If you have 50 million to buy political tickets, you should have 800,000 naira to do boreholes for people. If you have 50 million to buy tickets, you should have some money to give people education without being in power.
Do it
because you are not doing it.
Hold on, Ismail. I'm going to
politicians have started doing that.
Do it because you're happy. That
Do you know that this same thing
you won't kill people because of politics.
Do you know this same thing you spoke about? I think I've said it right here on this same exact show. I've had a friend that tried to tie the road to he was building a hotel. He tried to tie the road and the thugs would not allow him till they got paid. This was the same road that they would use. This is the same road that had never been tied.
let peace reign.
It's not about settling them and let's
don't
peace
engage
reign.
these people.
No, but whatever
I think the accountability
Hold
we're
on.
talking about goes beyond that.
This is not you
What
being a
happened?
politician. You're not being a politician. You're just being a
No, people are doing that.
Wealthy
People are
person,
doing
not
that. The
looking for
politician.
office and not trying to promote.
Sorry,
thuggery.
I think I have had a local experience. People come
We've all
home.
have
Ismaila speaks from the point of a participant. I've not participated in politics.
Okay.
You understand? But from some of the points he makes are points that are from the point of someone who has participated
Let's
in
try
politics.
around. Let's try around.
I'm on ground. I'm on ground.
For
I'm on ground. No.
We're all on ground.
I'm not a politician, but I'm on ground.
What does that one even mean?
Let me tell you.
We're all on ground. We all do grassroots politics.
Round up. I think we should just
So
say
it's not
final
Okay,
words
thank you
each.
very much. I think in
Final
rounding
words
up,
each.
it must be condemned completely, political thuggery. It does not do anybody favor. If you are being asked to go and chase somebody, recently in my own state, a rerun election was conducted and 2 people lost their life.
followed that,
and
yeah.
what happened? Those people that have gone, they have gone.
They have gone.
With their certificate or whatever, I'm very sure that everybody will believe that no amount of money will compensate or bring their life back. Therefore, you are risking your life for somebody to go and enjoy the AC there tomorrow. And you know the dilemma. Like I told you, I'm a grassroots person. Once these people are being voted, the thuggery will call them again. They will not pick their phone. They will not even pick their phone. At worst, if you are able to reach them, they give you what cannot even sustain you for
It's my
for a few
we
times.
have to
But-
value. No, we have to. We're all out of time.
In rounding
We're all
up,
out of
this
time.
discussion,
We're all out of time. We are at the last dying seconds. So let everybody say their last 2 seconds.
My 2 seconds is very straight to the point. If I want to vote for somebody, I must choose someone who has value for human life. And the ability to do that is something that would have been imbibed in me growing up.
Okay. Ismail.
my own, let us be wise and let us not be used for somebody again, so that at the end of the day, people who voted into office, we can hold them accountable.
If you are a thug, you're risking your life. When you die, your family will suffer. So don't go into thuggery.
If you're guilty of political thuggery, send your children to go first. Don't send me, I'm not interested. Thank you.
We've heard what everybody has to say, and I hope you guys have learned from today's topic. I would like to say, if you think your life is worthless, then go ahead. Nobody has to send you. Find a train, find a busy road, and stand there and die if you feel you're worthless. But we in Nigeria, we love ourselves. We want our country to be better. We want to progress. We want to hold titles and say Nigeria is a great country. We have made changes. We have made progress. So please allow justice to reign. Allow politics to be politics. Don't kill yourself for somebody else, because he will not kill his child trying to get his seats. You're somebody's child. I remain Z. Thank you so much. This is The Conversation on NTA. Join us once again on the next episode. Goodbye.
It's a rapo.
For the whole day, right?
It's not for the rapo.
NTA Parliament is a dedicated 24-hour channel that broadcasts the activities of the Nigerian Senate, Federal House of Representatives, and all the 36 state houses of assembly. You can watch NTA Parliament on NTA Star Times DDT platform. NTA Parliament, strengthening Nigeria's democracy.
Are you an entrepreneur? You have an existing business or a great business idea? Then, Africa's Young Entrepreneurs Empowerment Nigeria is a program for you, where thousands of business